from 5 different countries. The event is aptly named as Poetry Beyond Borders in Love with Verses. How true! Who will not fall in love with verses, with poetry? For it can tell a story, enact drama, convey ideas, offer vivid and unique description of our feelings, and openness to new ideas.
Absolutely. Also, reading poetry stretches our mind and forces us to think. We truly have to concentrate on every word and detect the meaning that the poet intended because most words have multiple meanings. It's like a puzzle.
عرفان
And who doesn't love
عارف
puzzles?
الله بيقدم ما شاء الله عليه لكن مدرسة دولية بت هي مع
Ma'am, could you please mute yourself? Absolutely. Also, reading poetry stretches our mind and forces us to think. We truly have to concentrate on every word and detect the meaning that the poet intended because most words have multiple meanings. It's like a puzzle, and who doesn't love puzzles? Which is why we decided to organize this event to understand poetry, to detect the meaning, and to love poetry.
The next hour or so, you will be listening to some amazing verses in English, but also in the national language of the participating country. Yes, you will hear poetry in Arabic, Chinese, Malay, Bangla, and Hindi. You guessed it right. The participants today represent Egypt, Taiwan, Malaysia, Bangladesh, and India.
Before we commence, we introduce you to our keynote speaker, Miss Anjali Aggarwal, Principal, St. Mark's Senior Secondary Public School, Meera Bagh. A poetry enthusiast and avid reader, Miss Aggarwal believes that poetry is like a love letter that leaves an impression which lingers in your ear forever. For more on poetry, her own love for it, and how we can develop an appreciation for it, over to you, ma'am.
Hello, everybody. Greetings from St. Mark's School and from India to all our participants who have come from different countries. We have, of course, Bangladesh, Egypt, Taiwan, Malaysia, and India. This has made me so happy because poetry transcends languages. Poetry is something which speaks to your soul, your heart. It is beautiful emotions. It is musically expressed. This is what makes us makes our communication with each other even better. Otherwise, we would just be communicating in languages. But when we use our language in a poetic manner, we are made, our feelings are expressed better. And I loved the title of this program, Poetry Beyond Borders and In Love with Verses. I myself love poetry. I love to read it. I love to recite it. And I love to listen to it. And I wish all our participants today should enjoy not only reciting in English, but also reciting in your language, your national language, or the language which you are familiar with. And let us learn from each other. We will learn to appreciate poetry in different languages because poetry is, of course, beyond borders. There's no borders for poetry, just as music, so is poetry. And this particular program, which has been put forth and presented by all these children, reminds us of something very important. It reminds us about friendship. It is friendship which has brought us together to appreciate poetry. And before I let you all continue with your recitation, because I'm longing to hear about it, I would like to recite for you a small poem on the theme of friendship, which I think will touch everybody's hearts. So here is this small poem called friendship. Friendship is a mighty ship which weathers many gales and leaves a blessing to the world in every place it sails. It helps the dreary, cheers the sad, and drives dark clouds away, and gives a helping hand to those who've fallen by the way. Friendship is a blessed ship that's full of peace and love and carries sunshine everywhere from God's own blessed above, and makes this world a better place, even more like heaven sweet, and helps to smooth the pathway out for weary pilgrims' feet. These are my thoughts of friendship. They can travel around the world just like ships across seas. Friendship travels from one country to another and makes the world a better place. My dear friends, I don't want to spend too much time about appreciation of poetry. I want to appreciate the poetry which I'm going to listen to today. And thank you so much for allowing me to speak first. My good wishes to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And so we begin. Let me give the names of the participating schools. Kishore Girls High School and SV Girls High School from Bangladesh, Sorkan High Institute from Egypt, St. Mark's Senior Secondary Public School, Meera Bagh, India, SK St. Patrick, Malaysia, and Changqing Junior High School, Taiwan. We begin with poems in English. We first invite the participants from Bangladesh, Swayoti Ikshita and Sahulia Rehman Nabila. Swayoti may recite first.
And I am also great thanks from Bangladesh. I just want to start now. At first, I want to cite Ipsita to recite her poem in English. Okay? Cite Ipsita, you can mute yourself and you can recite your poem.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm reciting my poem. Asmani, Joshimuddin. If you want to see Asmani, go to Rohimuddin's small house in Rasulpur. It is not a house, a bird's nest made with vanilla leaves. The slightest rain pours water inside. The slightest wind rocks the house. Under its roof, Asmani's live all year long. She doesn't have a full stomach. The ribs in her case are witness to her starving days. The bright smile has gone from her sweet face, whipped out by cruel poverty. She wears 100 stitches on 100 holes in her dress, making a mockery of her golden skin. The bee black eyes do not have twinkle of laughter, only tears pour down in deluge. Her flute-like voice is wasted by crying out. She never had a chance to sing to tune of music. Near Asmani's home lies the lotus pond, where tadpoles and moss cover the water. Mosquitoes breathe poisonous seeds of malaria germs. In its water, Asmanis carry on cooking and drinking. Her stomach swells with thorns. Fever accompanies daily. They have no money to call for a doctor. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ipsita, Sahityam Ipsita. I want to say our new speaker there, they are fully new in this session and it is their first time English reciting poet. So it is their first time. They are quite ashamed maybe. Okay, next I am requesting now Shaila, Nabila to recite your poem. You can unmute and recite your poem.
Poem now. Kandari Hushiyar. Beware my captain, Kajinodru is. You have crossed the darkness of the night, desert vast, and an hill of great height, and an ocean fathomless and dark. Travelers, beware and look sharp. The boat is trembling, the water is swirling, the turn is asunder, and the boatman losing his way. Who'll sit at the helm at this hour? Who has the courage and the power? The future calls you. Come forward. All who are bold and true. The night is dark. The storm is great. You must look sharp. There is no time to hesitate. You must make haste, or it would be too late to ferry the boat across the other side. The night is dark. Be your own guard. Your soldiers of the country, age-old grievances have declared a fight. The deprived heart is demanding its right. You must take them alone, the poor and the weak. You must make them strong, no longer mild and meek. You must lead them to victory. Oh, Captain, my Captain. The helpless nation is going underwater. It doesn't know how to swim. To free the country from slavery are the Hindus or Muslims who ask this question. I say, tell him, my captain, the children of the motherland are drowning today. Doubts assail the mind of the travelers till there is thunder in the sky and danger all over the hill. Captain, will you lose the way and leave us in the lurch? You must not waver or sway. You must carry on the march. Those who sang the victory of life with the nose of gallows round their neck, come and gather round quietly today. What price do you pay for that, friends? What sacrifice do you make? It is a test, dear captain. Do you save the country or cast at this hour? The boat is trembling, the water is swirling. Beware, my captain, beware. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Suhaila, Nabila. Now I hand over myself to Gita ma'am. Thank you.
The next participants will be from Egypt. We now have Shiruk Shaban and then Lobna Tarek.
Hello, everybody. This is our turn, right?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah. Okay. Today can you allow us to share our PowerPoint, please?
Of course, you are the presenter. You can do that.
No, I can't share my PowerPoint. You blocked my share. Can you repeat your ability?
Just check whether now you are.
Okay. I'm waiting.
I made you the presenter now.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, please.
Is it showing now?
Yes, ma'am. On my side, so okay.
Yeah, we can see.
All right. My dear student Shuru will give us like a hint or a pre-bio of the poet she is going to recite about today. Okay, Shuru, the floor is yours, dear.
Margaret Annie Johnson was an American poet, memoirist, and civil rights activist. She published 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, several books of poetry, and is credited with a list of plays, movies, and television shows spanning over 50 years. She received dozens of awards and more than 50 honorary degrees. Angel is best known for her series of 7 autobiographies, which focus on her for her childhood and early adult experiences. The first 1969 years of her life up to the age of 17 and brought her international recognition and acclaim.
And here we have a photo Shuru have and the team have prepared for us. This is Margaret and this is her photo. Okay, okay, I'll stop sharing now and we will start now by reciting our poem, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, look now we'll start. One of my students. Okay, can you see Lubna now?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course we can see all of them.
Okay, Lubna, the floor is yours, dear. Okay, recite the first part of your poem.
Okay. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Does my sadness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Cause I look like I have got oil with pumping in my living room, just like moons and just like sun, with the certainty of tides, just like hoops springing high. Still, I rise, I rise.
Okay, now for Shuru. Shuru, please. Okay. Shru will recite the last part of the poem. We have 2 parts here. Okay, dear, are you ready? Over to you.
Do you want to see me broken? Bow its head and lower the eyes. Shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my sorrowful cries. Does my heaviness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shut me with your words, may fuck me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Thank you.
Bravo, bravo, Shru. Thank you so much. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, we have a surprise for you. We have a surprise for you. Okay, allow me. Shahda, one of my students. Can you see her?
Yes, we can see her.
Okay, Shahda has a surprise. She translated the poem, the English poem, in a nice way in Arabic. I know you can't understand Arabic, but I mean the emotions, the feeling is something, you know, like infectious. So we can listen and what, you know, Shahd, my dear student, will say.
Allow me to recite the translation for this part.
Okay, okay, over to you, Shahd.
لك أن تكتبني في التاريخ بأكاذيبك المريرة الخادعة. لك أن تغمرني بالوحي، ولكن كالغبار سأظل بالنهوض بارعة. هل تزعجك جراءتي؟ لماذا تعاني من الكآبة؟
لأنني أغتالك من تملك آبار نفط تدق في غرفتي تماما كما الأقمار ومثل الشموع مع أمد البحور المليئة بالكنوز وكما الآمال المنطلقة العالية ما زلت طوفا. Wow, wow. Thank you, Chef. Thank you so much. Thank you, dear. Okay. This is the first part, and Noor, another student of mine, is going to tell the last part of our poem. Okay, Noor, over to you. هل أردت أن تراني محطمة أطاطي الرأس وعيني كثيرة وأكتافي منحدرة كما دموع المخطبة وهنا بروحي المدممة لك هل يؤذيك كبريائي هون عليك الغيظ والتعب لأني أضحك كمن لديها مناجم ذهب لقبت عنها في فنائي لك أن تقتلني بكلماتك لك أن تطعنني بنظراتك لك أن تغتالني بكراهيتك ولكن مع ذلك سوف أنهض وأرتفع. Thank you, Noor. Thank you so much. It was a good impression for indeed. Thank you so much. Now we have already finished our part. Over to you. Thank you so much.
You mean to say that your students aren't going to recite any more Arabic poetry in the end? Because they were supposed to do it that way.
They translated the first one and they have another poetry at the end. Hopefully. No worries.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Priya and Arnav, you can take over.
Let's invite the participants from India. Parv Chaudhary, followed by Samruddhi Kapoor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I, Parv Chaudhary of St. Mark's Senior Secondary Public School, Meera Bagh, India, am here to recite the poem Lochinvar, composed by Sir Walter Scott. Oh, young
I'm afraid we cannot hear him.
Parv, you are muted.
He's put himself on
hello.
mute.
You have muted yourself by mistake.
Oh,
Begin again.
Start again, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I, Parv Chaudhary of St. Mark's Senior Secondary Public School, Meera Bagh, India, am here to recite the poem Lochinvar, composed by Sir Walter Scott. Oh, young Lochinvar is come out of the west. Through all the wide border, his steed was the best. And save his good broadsword, he weapons had none. He rode all unarmed, and he rode all alone. So faithful in love and so dauntless in war, there never was a knight like the young Lochinvar. He stayed not for brake, and he stopped not for stone. He swam the river where ford there was none. But ere he alighted at Netherby gate, the bride had consented, the gallant came late. For a laggard in love and a dastard in war was to wed fair Ellen of brave Lochinvar. So boldly he entered the Netherby hall, among bridesmen and kinsmen and brothers and all. Then spoke the bride's father, his hand on his sword. For the poor craven bridegroom said never a word. Oh, come ye in peace, oh, come ye in war, for to dance at her bridal, young Lord Lochinvar. I long wooed your daughter, my suit you denied. Love swells like the Solway, but ebbs like its tide. And now I am come with this lost love of mine, to lead but one measure, drink one cup of wine. There are maidens in Scotland more lovely by far, that would gladly be bride to the young Lochinvar. The bride kissed the goblet, the knight took it up. He quaffed up the wine, and he threw down the cup. She looked down to blush, she looked up to sigh, with a smile on her lips and a tear in her eye. He took her soft hand ere her mother could bar. Now tread we a measure, said young Lochinvar. One touch to her hand, one word in her ear, when they reached the hall door and the charger stood near. So light to the croup the fair lady he swung, so light to the saddle before her he sprung. She is won, we are gone, over bank, bush and scaur. They'll have fleet steeds that follow, quoth young Lochinvar. There was mounting among Grahams of the Netherby clan, Frosters, Fredericks, and Musgraves they rode and they ran. There was racing and chasing on Carnaby Lee. But the lost bride of Netherby, nah did they see? So daring in love and so dauntless in war. Have you ever heard of gallant? Like young Lochinvar? Thank you.
Wars are futile. It only causes loss of innocent lives, property, and benefits neither of the countries involved. The heart-wrenching questions of Iraqi baby will make you realize this. Greetings to one and all present here. Today, I, Samriddhi Kapoor of St. Mark's Senior Secondary Public School, Meera Bagh, India, am here to recite the poem Iraqi Baby. Unfortunately, we do not know the name of the poet. This is a story that must be told of an Iraqi baby, not very old, lying in her crib one starlit night. How could she know of those planes in flight? She lay there quietly touching her nose, watching the ceiling, wiggling her toes. Oohing and cooing, so sweetly is she. Talking to someone? Who could it be? An angel is standing with her in the room. The baby is smiling, unaware of her doom. The crib starts to shake and the ceiling goes round, and suddenly comes the most deafening sound. The ceiling drops in a second or two on the top of her crib, so she ceases to coo. No one knows how long she lay there. Who thought about it? Does anyone care? Is she alive? Is she dead? Is she in any pain? Now that you mention it, let me tell you her name. Her name is Amal. In English, we say hope. Crushed between the rubble, her tiny fingers start to grope. Where is my mommy? I love her so dear. Come, get me, mommy. It's dark in here. I am scared and I am hungry and I can't see my feet. There is blood in my mouth. Give me something to eat. Where is my daddy? Where is my big brother? It hurts when I breathe. Where is my mother? How long have I been here? Is this just a dream? I open my mouth but can't even scream. That angel appears once again to my side. This time, with a tear I plead, why have I died? Am I alone in my sufferings? No, there are many others. In our grief and our misery, we are sisters and brothers. Who are we? I ask you, for what crime did we die? They are throwing a party. Doesn't anyone cry? Is it true? Am I nothing? How could it be? Don't they also have babies, just like me? It is a war, they say, of which death is part. How blind they've become, how hardened of heart. Did someone say hero? To whom do they speak? A victory claim for killing the weak? Why are they happy? Why are they proud? Don't they know that I'm cold in my burial shroud? No war has been won. No ifs, buts, or maybes. They've only and only killed babies. Thank you.
Next in order are the participants from Malaysia. Darshini Krishnan will first recite, after which we will hear further Asle Alajud.
Okay, hi, I'm Darshini Krishnan from Malaysia. Today I'm going to recite a poem written by a famous poet from Malaysia by the name of A. Samad Said. It is entitled The Dead Crow. A. Samad Said is a poet who has written many poems since 1976. Now I'm going to recite the poem. He saw a dead crow in a drain near the post office. He saw an old man gasping for air and a baby barely able to breathe in a crowded morning clinic. This land is so rich. Why should we suffer like this? I want clean air for my grandchildren. I want the damned fools to leave the forest alone. I want the trees to grow, the rivers run free, and the earth covered with grass. Let the politician plan how we may live with dignity now and always. The Dead Crow discusses what will happen if the environment damaged. The persona is sad because people become ill and have breathing problems although the country is rich. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Frida Ashri Ailajat from SK St. Patrick Tawa, Sabah, Malaysia. Today, I am going to recite a poem called Another Morning Has Broken from Professor Dr. Edwin Malakai Vetumani, who is an educator and poet in Malaysia. He has written many poems in many collections. Morning has broken. I have awoken. The morning alarm is silent. My body doesn't understand these lockdown days. My phone lights up. Good morning greetings arrive, as do Facebook notifications. I leave my bed, walk away from my cool bedroom. The morning sun is warming my hall. Soon, an oppressing heat will awaken the air conditioner. The dogs have heard my movements. As I raise the kitchen blinds, Duke walks to the side grilled door, expecting the first of his many treats. Princess follows his lead. The morning 20-minute exercise I promised myself is about to happen. I move in sync with the bodies on the TV screens. A voice rings out. Walk, 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 walk. Stay healthy. You'll stay young. I want to stay healthy. Stay young? This virus-ridden days. Staying alive seems hard enough. My t-shirt is drenched. Salt water flows over my lips, slips into my mouth. I taste the burnt calories accumulated the night before. As I sip my first coffee of the day, I have crossed the first 9 hours of another day. The remaining hour screams out, what are we going to do today? The same as we did yesterday and the day before. What day was it? I barely remember or care to know. The poem is about our daily routine during this pandemic. The writer decided to make a poem that could relate to people during this pandemic, and for me, it really relates to me. And I'm positive that it also relates to you in your daily routines. And a lot of people have been losing hope these days, so I really wish them luck, and I hope that they will have good luck because, you know, a lot of people have been losing jobs, and I don't know if you know in Africa. I don't know if it's in South or North Africa, but there's a lot of cases and a lot of people like doing bad things there. So I hope like people will get their jobs back and find new jobs maybe. So yeah, I hope everybody stays healthy during this pandemic. So thank you.
Finally, we have students from Taiwan. Ping Chin, you may please recite. Tia can be the next.
can I share my PowerPoint?
Yes, of course, we can see it.
But I cannot see mine. Can you show one of the screen? Then our student can see our screen.
But we can see it. How come you cannot see?
Really?
Yeah, we can see
Okay.
it. Yeah, we can see.
OK，那个佩影跟佳琪准备喽。OK， so we can start. Okay,
Yes, you
welcome. I'm English teacher from Chongqing Junior High School, New Taipei City, Taiwan, and I'm Chen Hui Yu. That's our first time I lead our students, and English is not our official language, so our English for students are maybe not so good as yours, but I will try our best, and we will try our best. Okay, welcome to see our PowerPoint. Can you see our next page? Okay, well, let's welcome our English point team, and we're team number 5, Taiwan, Pei Ying Ching, and she will recite Emily Dickin's There's a Certain Slate of Light, and Jia Qi Wu will prepare another Hope is the Thing with Feathers. Okay, let's welcome our Pei Ying Ching and Jia Qi Wu, and they are also the teacher's assistant in school. Okay, let's welcome our Pei Ying Ching. Are you ready?
Yes,
Okay, Pei Ying Ching. Okay, so she will present Emily Dickin's point first, and then she will recite. Okay, Pei Ying, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, okay, let's go.
All of her poems can be attributed to lyric poetry, really exploring and expressing the spiritual world as if living in eternal time. The metric of this poem followed style. The metric of this
Okay, sorry.
The metric of this poem is her most commonly used ballad style. There's a certain slant of light. Emily Dickinson. This poem describes a long, lonely winter afternoon, a kind of oblique
sunlight,
triggering a sense of despair in the heart. This sense of despair is not a one-sided feeling of depression, heaviness, and pain, but a comprehensive experience that links death, and it also has the meaning of divine suffering and approaching death to be inspired by God.
Okay, let us invite Emily Dickens to our team. And I don't know how to share the link.
I think you need to click the link and...
I have to click the link, right? Okay, let me try. Can you hear the voice?
No, we can't.
No. Okay, sorry. Okay, 配音那个简报没有声音，那我们就自己念吧。Okay, we will try our best.
You need to include the audio.
Okay, maybe our students will try their effort. 好，那佩影你就自己念哦。哦，好，准备好了吗？Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's recite your Emily Dickens. There's a certain slay of light. Okay, go ahead.
There's a certain land of light. Winter afternoons, that oppresses, like the health of cathedral tones. Heavenly heart it gives us. We can find no scar. The internal difference, where the meanings are. None may teach it. Any. 'Tis the cell despair, an imperial affliction, send us off the air. When it comes, the landscape listens. Shadows hold their breath. When it goes, 'tis like the distance, and the look of death. Thank you very much.
Okay, Payne, please introduce your next classmate.
Let's welcome my classmate, 佳琪武。
哎，等一下，我的简报有分享吗？好，佳琪 are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, you introduce Emily Dickens' Hope is the thing with feathers first, and then you will recite, okay? Okay, go ahead.
Appreciation of hope. Hope is the thing with feathers by Emily Dickens. This poem portrays the characteristics and the visual theme.
Okay, next one.
The poem is
divided
into three sections. The first section is light and warm, with
feather-like
hope and joy with singing.
Yes.
The second verse
expresses
the
perilous
and
difficult
environment with
violent storms. Reflecting
the sweetness and the
inspiration
of hope. The last verse based on the
narrator's experience
and at the same time uses a
comparative
method to point out the justness of giving but not taking. During the COVID-19
epidemic,
this point bring us unlimited hope. It is also giving hope to every teacher and classmates. Stay home, stay safe. Forever love you
To you.
all. To you all. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's listen our Jiaqi Wu to recite Hope is the thing with feathers. Emily Dickens. Okay, Jiaqi, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. 好，开始念了，没有影音。
Hope is the thing with feathers, the patch in the soul, and the thing the tune without a word, and never stop at all. And sweet taste in the gale is heard, and so must be the storm. They could bush the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the challenge land, and on the strangest sea, yet never speaks. Stromati, it asks a crumb of me.
Okay, say thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the end of our English poem. We try our best.
Thank you so much. And I must appreciate because you said that these two girls, it's the first time and
yeah,
they tried. So as teachers, we're really very happy that they came up to recite and they managed to do it. So congratulations.
thanks
Yes.
Rita's invitation. Then our students and teachers have this such kind of great pleasure to join such kind of the poetry team, and then our students try our best to recite the English poem and Taiwanese poems for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Priya and Arnav?
Yes.
Now comes the most interesting part, listening to poetry from other cultures in other languages. What an innovative way to appreciate poetry as well as languages and to understand other cultures. We first call upon our participants from Taiwan, Yi Ching Chen and Yi Zheng Huang.
Okay. In Taiwan, we have more than 20 language dialects, Hakka, Chinese, and Taiwanese. And they're from elementary school to junior, senior high school. They can also choose native language as subject. So our Yi Ching Chen is also the winner of this seventh graders of Taiwanese. So I invited her, although her English is not very well, but she will try her best to speak Taiwanese for all of the countries and the teachers that enjoy her Taiwanese in Taiwan. Okay, well, let's welcome our Yi Ching Chen. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's explain Taiwan's point that you will recite. 然后等一下没有放影片哦，哈。好，你开始介绍。你先介绍自己。Introduce yourself first. Hello.
Hi everyone, my name is Yi Chen.
Ma'am, please.
Okay, it's about.
It's about mood. When you study and work in a big city, away from home, The moon is mother. She can
comfort
comfort
the wanderers homesickness.
homesickness.
好 ，next one。来，怡清。
啊，我没看到啊，我还是停在上一页。
真的吗？
我看不到东西。
Taiwanese New Year 你没有看到 ？She's a little lag。好，那简报你没有看到吗？
有了。
好，
看到了。
OK，the Taiwanese New Year，OK。
Taiwanese New Year, the
whole family.
The whole family
celebrates
the
traditional
New Year's.
Playing drums.
Playing drums.
Having
a big dinner together, so happy.
Yes. And 那个一真 are you here? 一真。
老师他现在听不到声音。
Okay, our Yi Zhen Huang, she cannot hear any voice. Yi Qing, can you explain the Taiwan point for everyone? 然后你帮他念。Taiwan's farm life.
Taiwan's farm life is fun. The farm nursery raised me of grandpa and grandma. Quarreling over cooking.
Yes. And we have the last point. 好，怡清。Can you introduce 塞巴侯？
我还是看不到。
看不到。The thunderstorms.
The
thunderstorms.
Thunderstorms in the summer afternoon give each child a different life
experience.
And it is also a beautiful life memory of Taiwanese.
Yeah, very good. Okay, let's welcome our Yi Qing Chen, the winner of Taiwanese reciter, also in Chongqing Junior High School. 好，那个怡清，你可以先朗读尾牛吗？怡清，你听得到吗？
听得到。
好，那你自己放音乐哦，因为我这边没办法放，你可以自己放自己念 ，OK？ OK， 好 ，Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, the first Taiwanese point is about moon. 好 ，Go ahead.
月牛圆，月牛光，照着我的窗仔门，照着我的红面床。月牛光，月牛圆，伫天边，点点陪我过一暝。
Okay, the second rhyme is 团圆 get together in Taiwanese New Year, right? Okay, go ahead.
过年有力新正时，做伙来过年，大家真欢喜，全家大团圆。
Okay, thank you. Let's welcome our Yi Zhen Huang. 来 T-O-O. Okay, I will try to play the very interesting card animation, but I will try. I'm not sure if you can use it. 来，那个一真，你准备好 T-O-O？我这边不行哦。OK，it fell。好，来，一真 ，Are you ready？ 好，开始。来，那个麦克风没有打开 ，Open your microphone。一真， Yi Zhen Huang, please open your microphone. You mute. Yi Zhen, 要打开麦克风。Hello, hello, Yi Zhen. Open your microphone. Yi Zhen. 那个陈怡清，你先念塞巴河。
老师他说他听不到。
对啊，maybe a lagging。好，那你先念塞巴河。
西北风，热天的下晡，雄雄一阵西北风，将阮压甲淡糊糊。好啊好，好啊好，你哪会落这粗，害阮啥米无路。
Okay, Ho in Taiwanese is rain, so it's wet all her body. 好 maybe our Yi Zhen a little lagging, and she cannot recite. Is so sorry. And Yi Zhen, 你现在听不到吗？那个陈怡清，你要不要帮他念？那个 T O O 被落雨。It's also another rain and weather about Taiwanese point. Okay, go ahead. T O O.
可是我要找一下那个词，我没有
T O O 被落雨来。
Do they have a technical problem? They're lagging or something?
It's a little lagging.
要落雨，阿公抓日头要掘乌。
OK， 继续，一真继续。
掘啊掘，掘着一尾旋流果，伊也迄道真正趣味。阿公要煮咸，阿嬷要煮正，两人相拍弄破鼎，伊也迄道隆咚轻咚锵。哇哈哈，哇哈哈。
Okay, actually, it's a funny, interesting farmer. Grandpa and grandma are quarreling of one want to cook salty, and the other want to sweety, and they will broke their pot and they cannot cook. So it's very interesting Taiwanese point, and every child in Taiwan can recite this point. And I would like to share this animation, and everyone can just recite this Taiwanese point. It's very interesting. Okay, thank you so much. And 来那个一真跟怡清来 say thank you to everyone. And hope you will love our Taiwanese poetry. And sorry a little lagging because students computer at home. Thank you so much and welcome to Taiwan. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Priya and
Next is the student from Malaysia, Azalea Erika Binti Rosli.
Thank you very much. So Azalea will be reciting in our national language, which is called Malay language. And Azalea is very fortunate to be here and together with me, the other two students. I'm very fortunate as well. And this is our very first of its kind of collaboration in poetry. Thank you so much for the invitation, ma'am. Then now I would like to call Azalea. Thank you so much. Over to you, Azalea. Oh, sorry. By the way, Azalea, let me share the screen. Oh, you are sharing the screen, is it? Okay, I'll share the screen, Azalea. Hang on a minute. Azalea and the rest of you, are you all able to see the screen?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Azalea, can you see the screen?
Yes, madam.
All right, continue, my dear.
Hi everyone, my name is Azalea Erika Binti Rosli. I'm from SK Santacik, Malaysia.
I love swimming, dancing, cooking, and singing, and I want to be a veterinarian when I grow up. Wan Awang, also known by his pen name Usman Awang, was a Malaysian poet, playwright, novelist, and Malaysian National Laureate. Kemakam Bonda. This poem is written in Malay language. It records a sense of gratitude to a departed loved one. It is not just a journey to the grave, but a journey back in time to recall a mother's nurturing love. Kemakam Bonda. Kami mengunjungi pusara Bonda, sunyi pagi disinari surya. Wangi berseri puspa kemboja menyambut kami mewakili Bonda. Tegak kami di makam sepi, lalang-lalang tinggi berdiri. Dua nisan terkapar mati, hanya papan dimakan bumi. Dalam kenangan kami melihat, mesra si Bonda menatap. Sedang lena dalam rahap, dua tangan kaku berdakap. Bibir Bonda bersih lesu, pernah dulu mengucupi dahiku. Kini kurasakan kasihnya lagi, meski jauh dibatasi bumi. Nisan batu kami tegakkan, tiada lagi lalang memanjang. Ada doa kami pohonkan, air mawar kami siramkan. Senyum Kemboja menghantar kami, meninggalkan makam sepi sendiri. Damailah Bonda dalam pengabadian, insan kerdil menghadap Tuhan. Begitu bakti kami berikan, tiada sama Bonda melahirkan. Kasih Bonda tiada sempadan, kemuncak murni kemuliaan insan. This is the English version.
Can you just recite quickly, Azalia?
Sure, madam. At Mother's grave. We visit Mother's grave, a quiet morning of sunlight. Fresh fragrance of frangipani welcome us like mother would. Straight back we stand at the quiet grave. The lalang stands tall. Two gravestones lay strewn, only the planks are earth consumed. In memory we contemplate the deep love in mother's eyes. Now asleep in her grave clothes, two arms in stiff embrace. Mother's lips in lifeless silence once kissed my forehead. Now I feel her love again, though the earth separates us. We straightened the gravestone. Lalang no longer grows high, a prayer we ask for, and rose water we sprinkle. The frangipani bids us farewell as we leave the silent grave. May Mother rest in peace of worship, the mere mortal before the Almighty. This is our act of loving devotion, far less than what Mother birthed. A mother loves without limits, the purest and greatest love. That's all from me. Thank you.
All
The
right.
third
Thank you so much, Azalia.
the third
All
poem is in Hindi. We invite Asim Talwar to recite.
Namaskar. I am Asim Talwar of St. Mark's Senior Secondary Public School, Meera Bagh, India. Today, I am going to throw some light on the life value and dohas by Kabir Das. Kabir Das was a 15th century Indian poet and saint. He preached peace, non-violence, truth, and love. He guided the people to be free from shackles of superstitions and was against orthodox traditions. He was against idol worship and believed that God is sacred, pure, formless, and present everywhere. His work and contributions are famous not only in India but worldwide. Life of Kabir Das. Kabir Das was born in mid-15th century in Kashi, Varanasi. He was highly influenced by the teachings of his teacher Ramananda. He had lived the life of a simple saint and has shown the path of welfare to the world. Dohas of Kabir. First, let me tell you the meaning of the word doha. The word doha means a couplet, which is a combination of two lines. He expressed his dohas orally in vernacular Hindi. The greatest work of Kabir is Bijak. Guru Govind, दो खड़े काके लागू पाए. Guru Govind, दो खड़े काके लागू पाए. बलिहारी गुरु आपने गोविंदियो बताए. बलिहारी गुरु आपने गोविंदियो बताए. पोथी पड़ी पड़ी जग मुआ, पंडित भया न कोई. पोथी पड़ी पड़ी जग मुआ, पंडित भया न कोई. ढाई आखर प्रेम का पढ़े सो पंडित होए. ढाई आखर प्रेम का पढ़े सो पंडित होए. निंदक नियरे राखिए, आंगन कुटी छवाए. निंदक नियरे राखिए, आंगन कुटी छवाए. बिन पानी साबुन बिना निर्मल करे सुभाए. बिन पानी साबुन बिना निर्मल करे सुभाए. मनवा तो पंछी भया, उड़ के चला आकाश. मनवा तो पंछी भया, उड़ के चला आकाश. ऊपर ही ते गिर पड़ा मन माया के पास. ऊपर ही ते गिर पड़ा मन माया के पास. आछे दिन पाछे गए, हरि से किया न हित. आछे दिन पाछे गए, हरि से किया न हित. अब पछताए होत क्या, जब चिड़िया चुग गई खेत. अब पछताए होत क्या, जब चिड़िया चुग गई खेत. Summary of Kabir's couplets. According to Kabir, a man has the power to conquer his weaknesses with the help of knowledge, where, on one hand, Kabir has shown the importance of love, power of knowledge, and value of a guru, he has also shown his belief against stereotypes on the other hand. He has thrown light on the presence of Almighty within through his dohas. Through his powerful sayings, he has explained the path of life in an easy language. Dhanyavad. Thank you.
Let's listen to a poem in Arabic. Our young participants from Egypt, Hannah and Saad, you may start.
Hello, can you hear us? Okay, we have an Arabic poem here, and Shahd will recite it. Okay, just tell me if you can hear us.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thank you, Nita.
Microphone is mute. وقد علمت في صغري.
She has to put on her unmute herself. We cannot hear her now.
You need to unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
Sorry. Okay. Can you hear us? Yeah.
Yes, we can.
أسبح باسمك الله وليس سواك أخشاه وأعلم أن لي قدرا سألقاه وقد علمت في صغري بأن عروبتي شرفي وناصيتي وعنواني وكنا في مدارسنا نردد بعض ألحان نغني بيننا مثلا بلاد العرب أوطاني وكل العرب إخواني وكنا نرسم العربية ممشوقة بهامتها لها صدر يصد الريح استعوى مهابا في عباءته
وكنا محض أطفال تحركنا مشاعرنا ونسرح في الحكايات التي تروي بطولتنا وأن بلادنا تمتد من أقصى إلى أقصى وأن حروبنا كانت لأجل المسجد الأقصى وأن عدونا صهيون شيطان له ذيل وأن جيوش أمتنا لها فعل كما السيل سأبحر عندما أكبر أمر بشواطئ البحرين في ليبيا وأجني السمر من بغداد في سوريا وأعبر من موريتانيا إلى السودان أسافر عبر مقدوشيا إلى لبنان وكنت أخبر الأشعار في صدري ووجداني بلاد العرب أوطاني وكل العرب إخواني
وحين كبرت لم أحصل على تأشيرة للبحر لم أبحر وأوقفني جواز غير مختوم على الشباك لم أعبر وحين كبرت لم أبحر ولم أعبر كبرت وهذا الطفل لم يكبر.
Thank you, Sam. You too, thank you. Okay, this is our Arabic poem. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
And our final participant is from Bangladesh, who brings us a poem in Bangla. Put your hands together for Tasnia Rehman.
Thank you, Priya. Hey everyone, I'm Tasnia Rahman from Bangladesh. My school name is Kishorganj Girls High School. Now I'm going to share my screen. Can you see?
Okay.
Can you see?
Yeah, we can see
Yes,
you, of course. Yes, we can.
Okay, now I'm starting to describe about biography of poet Ahsan Habib. Born 2 January 1917, Shankar Pasha, Pirijpur, Bangladesh. Died 10 July 1985, age 68, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Nationality Bangladeshi, occupation writer, poet. Education Ahsan Habib. His father's name is Hamiduddin and mother's was Jamila Khatun. He was the first one out of 10 children of very poor parents. After passing the entrance examination in 1935 from Firozpur Government School, he enrolled at a BM College, Borishal, but had to drop out because of financial reasons. Shortly afterwards, he moved to Kolkata, the capital city at that time, to find a job after partition of India in 1947. He left Kolkata for Dhaka. Literary works. Ahsan Habib started writing while still a student. His first poem, by Kabur Padi Kishore, was published in the school magazine in 1934 when he was student of class 10. His first book of poems was Ratrisesh 1947. He also wrote novels and a number of children's books. Awards. He received several awards for his literary achievement, among them the UNESCO Literary Prize 1960 to 1961, the Bangla Academy Award 1961, etc. Famous poem Chaya Horin 1962, Shara Dupur 1964,
আশায় বসতি 1974, মেঘ বলে চৈত্রে যাব 1976, দুহাত দুই অদিন পাথর 1980. The essence of the poem. The poem has expressed his desire in the poem before going to sleep. The poet wanted to mix with the birds. When the birds sit together and sing and tell stories, the poet wants to go to them quietly, but then the birds fly away. So the poet regrets and says to his mother, "Tell me, mother, what will happen if the birds come to me?" Okay, now I'm starting to reciting my poem in my native language. Okay, now I'm starting to reciting my poem. ঘুমের আগে আহসান হাবিব। জানো মা, পাখিরা বড় বোকা, ওরা কিছুই জানে না। যত বলি কাছে এসো, শোনো শোনো, কিছুতেই মানে না। মিছিমিছি কেন ওরা ভয় পায়? ভয়ের কি আছে, বোঝে না বোকারা। আমি ভালোবাসি তাই ডাকি কাছে। দেখো না, যখন কাল আমাদের আমবাগানের পূব ধারে ওরা সব আসর বসিয়েছে গানের। আমি গিয়ে চুপচুপে কিছু দূরে বসেছি যখন, গান ভুলে বোকাগুলো একসাথে পালালো তখন। ওরা কি জানে না আমি গান বড় ভালোবাসি, তাই যখনই ওদের দেখি চুপি চুপি কাছে চলে যায়। আচ্ছা মা, বলো দেখি কি করে কাটাবো এই ভয়? কি পেলে তখন ওরা সবচেয়ে বেশি খুশি হয়? সাদা করি ওদের কি ভালো লাগে? আমার যেমন ছোট লাল ঘড়ি আছে, মাজা সুতো ওদের তেমন আছে নাকি? কিছু নেই? বেশ কথা, নাই যদি থাকে বোকারা নিজেরা এসে বলে যেতে পারে তো আমাকে। আমি তো দিতেই চাই, বোকারা যে কখনো আসে না। জানি ওরা পাখি কিনা মানুষকে ভালোই বাসে না। বলো না মা, কি করলে পাখিরাও খুব ভালোবাসে? কি করলে পাখিরাও ভালোবাসে খুব কাছে এসে? Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Priya and Arnav, before we come to almost the end, I would like our keynote speaker to, I think, say a few words because her words would really matter here. Yes, ma'am, please.
Dear friends, it has been a pleasure to listen to poems, both in English as well as in the national languages, so many different languages. I would just like to give a few words of advice to all these lovely children. I know sometimes while reciting in your national language, which is not being understood by other people, you may feel a little embarrassed. But I want to tell you something. If you speak clearly and give correct pauses, if you don't rush with your poem, and if you give expressions, when a person is happy, if there's happiness on your face, when the poet is sad, if you can bring a serious look to your face, when you can speak loudly and yet also sometimes speak softly, you can give the impression of what the poet is trying to convey. And of course, when we were all speaking in English, I know in many countries, English is not taught unless you go to school, and that too it is taught as a second language. I would like to say, even in our country, English is not the mother tongue of my children. The mother tongue is usually Hindi or any other regional language. But because there is a lot of exposure to English in our country, that our children are a little more at ease. And the same goes for many other countries. And that is the reason why we have this program with English poetry as well as national poetry. I am so happy to have learned about the national poets, the famous poets of so many different countries. I can only say that poetry is something, if you enjoy it, you take a poetry book and read it, try to understand it, get into the soul of the poet, what the poet wants to say, become the poet and express your feelings. I love poetry. I want you all to love poetry. Don't consider it as a burden. Just like you like to sing songs, reciting poetry is also the same. May God bless you, dear children, and I have really enjoyed this program and listening to all of you recite. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Students, you can now take over.
It truly was a Saturday well spent. The event helped us make new friends, listen to some amazing poetry, and learn to appreciate the rhyme, rhythm, and emotions in the poem. It even taught us that no matter which country we are from, or whichever language we may speak, poetry is universal. Even if you don't know the language, you can enjoy and appreciate the words, rhythm, and imagery.
At this point of time, we would like to release the latest edition of our digital magazine, iMags Making Myself Heard, designed by A.Aggarwal, a student of class 7. The award-winning magazine has contributions from students from Slovenia, Pakistan, Japan, Romania, Russia, USA, and Italy. We request our keynote speaker, Ms. Aggarwal, to do the honors. Ma'am, if you could please click on the link.
Yes, here is the link. You want me to click on the link?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Geeta, should I click right in the center?
Yes, you can.
Okay, yes, I'll click right on the center and then I open the first page.
You can do that. It will open on your system. But here we have another student who would be flipping the pages for everybody to see. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, Amay, you can take over.
Yes, ma'am.
So here's the cover page. Of course, after the cover page comes the editorial and the contributing schools. Move over. Yes. You can flip over, Amay. Yes. We have a partner school from Pakistan here. So if you could show their school, this is a good platform for making friends too. So Ms. Humaira and if Ms. Noreen is here, the principal of the school, you can meet the other partners that we have right now from Bangladesh, and Malaysia, Egypt, as well as Taiwan. So Pakistan sent some very interesting, very nice work, and especially in Urdu. So that was something new for us. You can move.
Thank you, Geeta.
Thank you so much. I think the teacher from US is not here, and even Japan is not here. Maybe we are a little early, but it's okay. Hame come to the last page so that we can. It takes time to load, so if you see blank pages, it's only because loading takes some time. Yes, this is the latest edition of our collaborative magazine, and we have partners from all over who have tried contributing. In spite of the pandemic, we're very happy that they could contribute. Their students sent their work, and as spoken, I mean, A.Aggarwal is the designer solely. I mean, he actually handled it all alone by himself. Thank you, Ame. We really appreciate your contribution. And now I hand over to the MCs.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We request all of you to take a look at the magazine. Your feedback will be highly appreciated. If you want the work of your students to feature in our next edition, feel free to get in touch with us.
Hope you all enjoyed the event. We wish to thank our keynote speaker, Ms. Aggarwal, for taking out time from a busy schedule. Also to the educators who conceptualized such an event and to the students for participating in it. I would request all of you to put on your cameras so that we can take group photos.
Give us a second, please.
Yes, of course, please. All the participants should definitely be there. Students are the backbone of any event.
Thank you all and have a great weekend.
Wait, Priya, I think the Egypt students from Egypt are still not here.
Okay, ma'am.
So just give a second. And let me take this opportunity to introduce two of our partners who had contributed for the magazine. I can see Miss Eriko from Japan here and Miss Precious from Illinois, USA also here. For US, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. We are really very happy to have her. The link is there in the chat box. If you can't access it, of course, within a couple of hours, I would be emailing you the link. So thank you very much, both of you, for having joined this release. We just released it. Hubaida, can you?
Yes, can you hear us now?
No, we can't see you. I'm so sorry. We're just waiting for that picture to be clicked with you.
Yes, we are.
Let me just. Yeah, your video isn't working.
Is it working now?
No, not yet.
It seems that there is some network issue or some.
Yeah, I think we'll have to rely on Photoshop to put them in. Yeah, I don't think we can keep everybody waiting for very long. And so, Priya, you can finally conclude.
Thank you all and have a great weekend.
Thank you so much. And it was indeed the first time something like this we tried. It took a lot of time for all the educators to come up with some structure to a program like this. But we somehow managed, and we are sure we'll improvise upon it and give all our students more opportunities to recite in public, in their own language, and of course in English. So thank you so much, all of you, all the students. You deserve a real thunderous applause. Thank you again. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Our students can stay for a while.
Thank you so much, Geeta ji, for this golden opportunity for my students and I. Thank you so much. This is, I think this will not be first and last. We hope to collaborate more.
Yeah.
Teacher Fu Yu from Taiwan and Atikur Rahman sir. It has been like a while we did not meet.
So
But
you met
anyway,
here.
I've been getting a lot of updates on Facebook, your daughter's poem recitation. Well done to her. Today, I'm so lucky to hear from her. Live presentation. Thank you so much. And Asim, you did a great job.
Convenience of the internet. Can you see our picture?
Yeah, we can see you, but the video isn't straight. It's you know, tilted.
Is it?
But we have the video. We'll be sharing the video as well as the pictures. So don't you worry. And Erico, thank you so much for making it. Humaira, I don't know whether your principal joined, but
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
My
coming.
students having a final exam right now, so they cannot join, unfortunately, but
It
they
doesn't
really
matter,
wanted to join.
but you managed to come, so
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you very
And
much.
I can't see Nigar. Is she there? Nigat and Humaira are from a neighboring country, Pakistan, and we have been working together for quite some months. And it's wonderful to be connected all over again. So thank you, Humaira and Nigat. And the chat box is, the link is there in the chat box, but I'll definitely email you the link for you to see. And Precious, thank you again, because for you it's very, very early in the morning, but coming for the release, we really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Sheila.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Mr. Rahman, our dream
Yes,
of
ma'am.
doing this is finally done.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for this session. Really, you and others, five educators, worked very hard to arrange this session. And I think from my country and from my student, it is the first their English recitation session they joined. It is the first time. So they face a little problem. And I want to tell you that Sahitya Ikshita, he is the national reciter. He has got national from participation. And here is also my daughter Tasnia Rahman. She is my daughter.
She's wonderful.
Also participate
Very
poet
good.
recitation, and another Shaolin Nebula. He is also a good reciter, and I think next time if we arrange many sessions, we shall try to enrich our participant. And
Yes, definitely.
And I want to request Geeta ma'am that she worked hard very much and she wanted to fruitful the session. So we use a limited participant so that we can fruitful our this session. And especially thanks to Agawal ma'am, he gave us time and your student, they are very smart and their English spoken style is very nice. I'm very proud and I think our students also accept such kind of style so that they can participate with the student of other countries. So at last, I thanks for our present this session. I especially thanks and also Gita ma'am and at last I give thanks
Thank you.
our keynote speaker. Be safe, everyone.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Almighty help us. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I would like to thank Greta and 5 countries and your invitation for Taiwan. And we have this great opportunity for our students. You know that our English are not very good enough, but they always try their best to be trained for 2 weeks. And I think for this period of time, this great chance, they will love to enjoy your introduction to many famous English poets and lovely India poet, and they are so emotional. We are so amazing, wonderful, and I also enjoy every country's mother tongue. Bangladesh, I'm so impressive. Your students express so beautiful Bangladesh mother tongue, and I want to learn your mother language. And the Malaysia students are also very excellent, so impressive. And also our Egypt students did very well. And also we have the India, Malaysia, and Taiwan, and all of them, we all enjoy that. I think we have maybe next time we have the maybe the Zoom because I cannot use the team to share the link. So sorry because we have a very funny and interesting Taiwanese point animation. I think it's very interesting. I will share it on our PowerPoint to share all of you. And I think Bangladesh, Malaysia, India students, and Egypt students all very excellent. And I would like to share in my class and to share all of your mother tongues. I think that's very beautiful. Even we don't know the real means, but we can also enjoy. It's more beautiful than English, of course, because they are very vividly, and so close to your life or your people's emotion. Yes, and everyone not only share your English point and you will enjoy and keep working on your English because you can communicate just like me. I can bring my students to communicate with different countries, but your beautiful mother language and tongue, we can share. It's the most beautiful words, and just like the feather of God, we can fly to each other's country and share our feelings. Thank you so much, and I would thank my cute students. They did very well. Pei Ching, Qin Pei and our Jia Qi Wu, they did very well in English point. For English, Emily Dickens, they did very well. And our Pei Zhen Huang, Yi Zhen Huang and uh, Chen Yiqing, Yi Chen Qing, they both of them are not very good in English, but they are good in Taiwanese. So that's the great opportunity for me to invite them to join such kind of English conference. Though